Let's talk about credit unions that pull Experian this year. I want to compare and contrast three of them. We have Blue Fed, we have America's Credit Union, and then we have American Heritage. I want to first start with Blue Fed. So if you're looking for a credit union that pulls Experian this year, think about Blue Fed, okay? And the cool thing about Blue Fed is that you have a pretty interesting proposal when it comes to credit. So you have loans, you have credit cards, and then you have other products depending upon your specific needs. I want to first talk about the credit cards. Credit cards actually are pretty good, and Blue Fed actually has a couple of interesting credit cards, especially three of them that you will love. By the way, Blue Fed will actually work with you even if you have bad credit. They don't have a minimum credit score that they will actually look for. So when they check Experian, they don't have, like, let's say you got to have a 500 or 600 before they will actually approve your credit card or loan application. So when it comes to credit cards, I think I've said this before that you have three credit cards at the Blue Fed. You have what they call the low variable personal credit card. You have the variable rewards personal credit card, and then you have the business rewards credit card. So, for instance, the low variable personal credit card, you might get an APR that starts at about 10%. For the variable rewards personal credit card, you will get an APR that starts at around 14%. So basically, that's they charge you more interest. And for the business rewards credit card, you will have interest rates that starts at about 17%. So that's kind of high. So you don't want to go with Blue Fed if you are looking for a business credit card because the interest rate is just crazy. So you also have loans. Okay, so besides besides credit cards, you have loans. So you have personal loans, you have auto and recreation loans, you have mortgage and refinance loans. You have all kinds of loans. The thing is that you also have business loans, by the way. So think about the Blue Fed as a full service credit union. So talking about full service credit union, let's talk a little bit about banking. Of course, when you if you think about Blue Fed pulling Experian, you're interested primarily in the credit aspect of things, but also it's important to really see what kind of banking products that they offer, so you can see whether or not you can really bank with them in a very large scale. Okay, so basically the cool thing about Blue Fed is that it's very easy to become a member. So you don't have to actually, live in a certain geography or actually be related to someone or whatever. No, it's very easy to become a member. You are able to bank online. Okay, but if you live in the vicinity of a branch, that's fine too. You can visit branches in Colorado and Wyoming, or you can visit shared branches around the U.S. Okay, but you don't have to live in Colorado or Wyoming to actually become a member of Blue Fed. You have a free savings account. Interest compounds daily. That's kind of cool. And the checking accounts actually they have offers that can be really good in terms of roadside assistance, cell phone protection, ID theft aid, and more. So that's really good from a flexibility point of view. Um, but that's really some of the benefits of becoming a member at the Blue Fed. But on the flip side, you do have low savings rates unless you meet specific requirements, and their mobile app ratings are kind of poor. And also, they charge actually up to $9 monthly service fee for the Nova Perks by Blue checking account. Okay, so it's something to really think about. But overall, Blue Fed is a great institution. They actually they offer accounts online. Okay, so again, you don't have to live in a specific city or state. So they actually are primarily present physically in two states, Colorado and Wyoming. Okay, so they have in those two states they have about 21 branches, but they also have a 5,000 co-op shared branch locations. So that's kind of cool. Now the thing is, you cannot open an account in a shared branch, but you can typically deposit money or make a loan payments. That's kind of cool. Okay. And one thing I want to say here is that basically, last year, Blue Fed actually has started talks of a merger with Aventa Credit Union. So that's something to really think about. Okay. And so Blue Fed, to join them, you just you you can actually just donate to their charity, and then you become a member. Not a problem. But otherwise, you can just be affiliated with the military and also be approved as a member. If you're thinking about credit unions that pull Experian this year, I want you to think about America's Credit Union, ACU, a very good institution also in terms of flexibility. And so, what are the credit requirements here? They will consider your application if you have a FICO score minimum of 375. 375, okay. And so, in terms of credit, they offer credit cards. They offer loans also. Let me first talk to you about the credit cards. The ACU credit cards, the America's Credit Union Visa credit cards. So they have four primary credit cards that you might be interested in. They have the ACU Green Rewards credit card. They have the ACU Platinum Visa credit card. They have the ACU Platinum Rewards Visa credit card. And then they have the ACU Business credit card. So if you think about the ACU Green Rewards credit card, for instance, here you have cashback rewards of 1.5%, 1.50%. They're charging you $15.99 fixed APR on new purchases. For the ACU Platinum Visa credit card, they're charging you anywhere from 9% all the way to 18% APR on new purchases. You also have personalized images on card for only $15. You have ACU Platinum Rewards Visa credit card. You have 1% cashback on purchases, and the APR goes from 10% to 18%. And finally, you have the ACU Business credit card. Basically, you're paying. You're having 2% cashback on all purchases minus returns, but you have to pay $49. Okay, annual fee. They waive that the first year anyway. So that's the four cards that you have. Of course, you have loans also. You have personal loans. You have business loans. So that's kind of cool. And you can use those loans for all kinds of purposes. There are no restrictions with ACU. Okay, you can be approved, and they tend to fund those loans fast too, within 2 days. So when you think about ACU, I would just explain to you the credit aspect of things, okay? But you also have the possibility to consider ACU as your full service bank. So let's talk about that. How attractive is ACU from a banking perspective? But before, I just want to say that when it comes to ACU, you have loans. I think I needed to insist on that. The loans actually have a maximum loan amount of 25,000. With BlueFed, the maximum is 50,000, but ACU maximum is 25,000. Okay, and so that's for the personal loan. You also have a home loan center. You have auto loans. Auto loans, they will give you a maximum repayment window of 84 months. You have student loans also, so that's kind of cool. Student loans, that's really good from a flexibility point of view. And also, what I love about ACU is that you're able to get to apply for a loan online, and you can also be pre-approved too. In other words, you have a soft pull process. Okay. So what about banking? Well, banking actually can be pretty interesting because ACU actually is based in Fort Lewis, Washington State. Okay, but you don't have to live in Washington State to qualify. You can actually reach out to them, and they will process your membership request. You just need to really sponsor a charity that they actually affiliated with, and then that's how you actually get into the business. So that's really good from a flexibility point of view. So ACU membership is open to all residents of Washington State. Okay, But there are other ways. You just need to really, again, contribute to a charity of theirs. Okay, so that's kind of cool, and doing so it's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Okay, but remember that the maximum loan amount is $25,000. Okay, so and that's about the same limits that you will get if you go with a credit card too. So something to keep in mind if you are considering ACU this year. If you think about credit unions that pull Experian this year, I want you to think about American Heritage, AHCU, okay, American Heritage. And with American Heritage, you have credit cards. You also have loans, of course. Let me first talk to you about the credit cards. So credit cards, you have all kinds of credit cards. You have the Cash Rewards MasterCard. You have the Platinum Preferred MasterCard. You have the Platinum Classic MasterCard, and you have the Platinum Secured MasterCard if you actually have no credit, or you are just you have poor credit and you're trying to rebuild your credit. Okay, so basically, when you think about the Cash Reward MasterCard, you have 3% cashback on essentials like gas, groceries, pharmacies, and home improvement. You have 2% cashback on travel and dining. I'm speaking here about hotels, airfare, ride shares, and restaurants. You have 1% back on everything else. On top of that, what I love is that you have $150 bonus reward when you spend $1,500 in the first 90 days. There are no annual fees on this card. You have cash back also, and you can actually redeem the cash back into your deposit accounts to pay down balances, or you can donate the cash back balance to Kids in Hope Foundation. So that's kind of cool. What about the Platinum Preferred MasterCard? Well, this card allows you to have you can earn a bonus 15,000 scorecard rewards points when you spend $1,500 in the first 90 days. You also have an introductory 0% APR on purchases and balance transfers for the first 9 months. And after that, you have 10%. So that's kind of cool. And this card has no balance transfer fees, no annual fees. Okay, and you are able to have scorecard rewards. Finally, you have the Platinum Classic MasterCard that allows you to have a low APR at 12%. Okay, and the cool thing about this card is that you have a credit limit that starts at about $300, and the maximum here is $25,000. Also, kind of similar to what ACU has. So something to keep in mind if you want to bank with American Heritage. Okay, so that's for the credit cards. What about the loans? The loans actually are pretty. You have a pretty streamlined application through AHCU. You can have a maximum of $50,000. This is kind of cool, and you can be funded within 3 to 5 days. So AHCU takes a little longer to actually approve your loan, and you are getting anywhere from 10% all the way to 17%, depending on your FICO score. And there is no minimum FICO score required. So let's talk about the banking aspect of things. Okay, if you think about American Heritage, basically you are able to become a member really easily. Okay, so the eligibility methods are, I mean, they depend on your location, but you can actually join by becoming a member of the Kids in Hope Foundation via donation. Okay, but so that's actually the easiest way to actually become a member. But if you want to go through geography or biology, you must be living in the same household with a current member or eligible member. So this includes your spouse, your children, your parents, your siblings, your grandchildren, your grandparents, your step parents, or even stepchildren. Or you are an immediate family member of a current member or eligible member. Or if you have an immediate family member who is an American Heritage employee, or you are employed by one of their workplace partners. If not, you have to live in certain communities. Okay, so that's something to really think about. But Overall, you can just become a member by becoming by donating to the Kids and Hope Foundation charity, and that's just the it's just the fast way to become a member. But once you become a member, you can really enjoy banking services, okay? And that's kind of cool. You're able to get things done faster. You can even open a brokerage account, not a problem at all. So, what's the choice here? If you think about credit unions that pull Experian, Blue Fed versus America's Credit Union versus American Heritage, what kind of which one should you go for? I mean, what's the best? Well, it really depends. It depends on what you're looking for, right? It depends on what you're looking for, and it depends also on the credit union that has a streamlined loan or credit card application. If credit is your primary focus, or the ones that really make membership acquisition very easy, if banking actually is your priority, okay? So you got to really ask yourself, what are you looking for? Are you looking for banking services, or are you looking for credit services? If you're looking for banking services, then you want to really look at their financial, like the full array of financial services. You want to look at their savings rates, for instance, their lending rates also. You want to make sure they have deposit insurance, right? Because I mean, normally all those three institutions are covered by NCUA. Okay, so that's cool. You want to look at their credit card rewards program to see which one are better for you. What rewards programs are good for you? Think about branch and ATM locations. Do you care about online banking, or do you want to go to do you want to really have a brick and mortar coverage? What about the membership fee? Okay, are they charging you for membership fees? Some institutions charge, but luckily, those three institutions don't charge any fees at all for membership. Think about the monthly checking account fee also, if any, because some institutions do charge. What about ATM fees, but also other fees? Okay, that's an important element. And also, what about the mobile app? The thing is, if you want to really have mobile banking, you want to rely on an institution that has a pretty decent mobile app, right? So you have to really choose whether or not you want to go with Blue Fed, America's Credit Union, or American Heritage. That's for the banking side of things. On the loan and credit card aspect of things, you want to really ask yourself, are you looking for a certain maximum when it comes to loan amounts? Are you looking for a certain maximum when it comes to credit limits? If so, you want to go for an institution that can give you that maximum limits. For example, American Heritage and America's Credit Union, they actually cap you at 25 grand. They don't give you more than that, $25,000. So if you want more, it's just better to go with Blue Fed, for instance. That way you have the possibility to actually get a higher credit limit, okay? And then this is important. So what's the choice here? Blue Fed versus America's Credit Union versus American Heritage. Which one is our favorite? Well, our favorite is Blue Fed. Blue Fed has more flexibility in terms of membership, but also they offer more like a higher loan amounts, but also higher limits on credit cards. Whereas the other two are capping you at 25 grand. Okay, and Blue Fed is also great also because their membership, their enrollment process is pretty fast, pretty easy. So that's really good, and you don't have to live in a specific state also. So, in conclusion to this conversation, I spoke to you about credit unions that pull Experian, Blue Fed versus America's Credit Union versus American Heritage. So, I compared those three, talked about their pros and cons. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.